It is setup day. Today it's Cybertron Con China 2024, and Hasbro is slowly starting to set up their booth early, and we're already getting images that are leaking out, some blurry stuff, some footage, and of course some crispy box art photos. So we're going to cover it all today and tomorrow on the Transformer Slag podcast. We're going to have probably multiple segments. So let's get into the big one here. Let's talk about Transformers Age of the Primes Wave 1 and all its glory. We got box art, we have blurry photos of the footage of the upcoming December Hasbro Pulse Transformers fan stream that was pre-recorded and is being shown on loop right now at the Hasbro booth. Let's start with our upcoming Combiner team. We got Deluxe class Aerialbot's Slingshot in both his box art of his robot mode and his jet mode. And clearly they're going 100% with animation models here. There is no interpretation of the Aerialbots this time around with the alt mode, with the robot mode. This is 100% some Fliro-Deary stuff going on here, and they're knocking it out of the park. It looks really good. Again, we just got the robot mode for the Deluxe class Aerialbot of Air Raid, along with the Commander class Aerialbot leader of Silverbolt. It's a shame we don't got the jet mode for these guys. I mean, Air Raid has always the coolest of all the jet modes. I just absolutely loved that one ever since I was a kid. And yeah, man, looking good. Looking good otherwise. I'm glad how these robot modes got pulled off. I love that Silverbolt has his like chest wing detail that his animation model had back in the day because it was a mistake because they included the Superion Combiner chest piece on the model for whatever reason, and that's how it was in the show, where the final Superion didn't have that at all in the show, but the toy did. Very funny thing that went on there. And so they kept it in some shape or form on this one, so at least that detail is kept. And I'm really curious how they're going to do the detailing for the alt mode, because that Concorde jet, that huge big jet that he turns into, of course, had that third mode. And much like how the original toy had that third mode, that, I guess, landing strip design, and how pretty much we know how it breaks down with the Motormaster and how he had a turret base mode with his legacy version, I'm pretty sure we're going to see something that also has a big third mode with that. We also got a blurry image of the combined mode, and judging by how it looks from this, it stays very true to that Fliro-Deary animation model and has all those fine details. It's very clearly going to go for that same skeletal structure that the Motormaster / Menasor had. And, I mean, we talked about it on the podcast. It was pretty clear that they were going to go in that direction to do something different. And no doubt as the weekend progresses, we're going to get much nicer quality images and hopefully video of the footage that's going on at the Hasbro Pulse booth, if anything, when it's publicly put out on the Hasbro Pulse channel itself. So we'll see. I wonder if each member is also going to have like a predetermined spot on the body. I imagine so, but time will tell. Next in the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe classes, we have Solus Prime. So she's looking awesome. I'm very happy with how she turned out. Using a little bit of her Prime Wars animation model design, a little bit of the Transformers 1 detailing is also baked in there. So she looks really great. The alt mode is kind of basic looking. I'll give it that. It's nothing to write home about. It really looks almost similar to what they did with the Voyager class Prima, where it's a very nondescript vehicle in a lot of ways, which oddly has wheels on it, even though it's supposed to be from early Cybertronian origins. So that's also kind of bizarre with me. I legit actually did a double take when I first saw this. I thought it was like an extensive retool of one of those Infernac modulator molds. But, you know, when you look carefully at it, it does have unique detailing and detail. So it is what it is. It looks cool. It's something that's going to be kept in robot mode, swinging around that big old Forge of Solus hammer. Very awesome. Happy that she exists. Great to finally get a figure of her. And I hope to see more of it in the near future outside of this box art. Vehicle mode, kind of a hit or miss, but that seems to be the case with a lot of these. We get our Voyager class pair also, and these are two guys we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks due to factory leaks, but our Transformers Age of the Primes, Prima and our Armada Red Alert. And well, Prima still's got that head on it, still not feeling it, but at least he has the Starsaber blade, and it's 100% true to the original art, and it looks great, and has a clip-on matrix that's obviously going to go in the chest. So while that head on him is a 5 out of 10, that matrix blade, that Starsaber blade, whatever you want to call it, is definitely a 10 out of 10. So I'm very happy with that. And the Red Alert is no surprise. We even have a blurry image here from that fan stream. Big gun, tooled hand, no Red Cross signal anywhere on him. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully we'll get some better images of him. But good old RoboCop head is looking good too. And another Aaron Archer design comes to life. Another deluxe and leader for Transformers Age of the Primes. First, we have the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Animated Wasp. Long overdue, easy repaint from Animated that we've been waiting 17 years for. Gosh, it's been 17 years for a green repaint of Bumblebee. A retool partial, of course, of the Transformers Deluxe Class Legacy United Animated Bumblebee. This is going to be a hot item for animated fans, and no doubt will be much beloved and picked up. And it's a dream come true for our dearly departed Derek Wyatt. And we finally got Wasp in some shape or form. We tried to do it with Bakon. Bakon didn't happen, but at least we got it here. We also have Transformers Leader Class G2 Grimlock with Wheelie. And unlike his G2 Toxitron version, which was based on his unreleased G2 colors, the Agumon colors, as I like to call it, this is based, of course, on his actual released G2 colors, the blue. And the Wheelie, while it's hard to tell in the photo here, it looks like they gave him his toy-accurate colors this time around from his original 1986 toy with the orange face and that detailing. I mean, that's one way you could do something with that mold since, there never really was a G2 Wheelie. And when it comes to alternate colors for a Wheelie, E-Hobby Dion colors, I guess. There's not much you could really do. So toy colors make sense. It's great. Either way, it's just nice that he's included at all because some of the other Leader Class Studio Series Grimlock repaints didn't come with him. So it's a nice addition that he's there instead of it just being the stand-up, just the G2 figure itself. And last but not least, we have our Transformers Age of the Primes Titan Class Star Optimus Prime, a.k.a. Star Convoy. And it's a relief because from the rumors and the fears that we had looking at the side of the box of the Megatronus and looking at the 13th Prime and how it had very Star Convoy-like detailing on him, right to the shoulder cannons and the legs, he is indeed truly based off of the original Battlestar's Return of Convoy Origins, and he looks fantastic from what we could see. And the box art, it invokes that original 1991 TV magazine story page art with that reaching out hand. And if this is any indication of how the toy is, from top to bottom, he is looking amazing in detailing. We do have one shot itself of decent quality of the toy itself, and it looks like it maintains that dynamic look that it has. It's quite a step up from the Legend scale that we got before it, and is a big step up from the original 1991 toy. I'm very excited about this. I think it's really cool. We did get some interesting information from JT Prime 17. He mentioned something about how, for the first time in 24 years, we're going to be getting a price point that it's less than what it was before. But there is a catch. So Star Convoy will debut at a new price point for Titans. It's going to be cheaper than before. Titan classes were originally $199.99, $200. Now he's going to be at an MSRP of $159.99. He's not going to be as large, though, as previous Titans, so that's going to be kind of the trade-off for that lesser price point. And will be coming in cases of 3 instead of 2 if you buy them by the case, all solid. This is info that was given to them through a presentation that they saw, and the wholesalers are basically going to be picking them up for $90 to $100 a unit unless something changed in the last 6 months. This is, again, straight from JT Prime. The whole thing about it being the first time that a price point goes down, well, it's kind of yes and no. It's not pretty much the same kind of Titans. These are smaller Titan classes. 24 years ago, the basic scale price point for Transformers from Beast Machines went from $6.99 or $7 to $4.99 for Robots in Disguise due to the extremely low sales of that basic price point through Beast Machines. Nothing was changed. It was pretty much just take that price point and make it cheaper, and we saw that really evidently because Obsidian existed in both of those prices. So that was really the first time a price point was lowered to less than what it was before. And, you know, that's not so much the case here because while we're seeing how this is panning out, this is something where it's a smaller product. It's still just called a Titan class and they're charging less at least. So that's at least good. They could have charged $200 and that would have not been cool. Maybe we're just going for something that's, I guess, more of a HasLab level item. You know, too big to be a Titan, but too small to be a Commander class. So it's kind of in the middle of that, and it's kind of what some of our HasLab items have been. So maybe that's what it is. And then if that's the case, then why does HasLab exist? I don't know. Maybe that's just me kind of like throwing it out there, but hopefully he comes with a lot of other stuff, and dare I say, maybe a Micromaster Hot Rod. I'm just saying, wishful thinking. Anyways, that's it for now. We got way more to cover. There's a bunch of other listings that got out, but it's all really stuff that we covered over the last 6 months. So go check out that segment if you want deep coverage on that. We did that a while back, so that's hardly new news. But again, thanks for listening on the Transformer Slag podcast and keeping you educated, entertained, and informed. But more importantly, stay tuned because we have way more to cover on this Cybertron Con China weekend.